Hello, welcome to the omb.frequency. My name is Olivia. I'm a oracle card reader, a creative doula, and an uncontrollable creator. And for this reading, for this video, I'll be doing a reading for fixed signs. I just did a reading for, I'm going to be doing a reading for cardinal signs, fixed signs, and mutable signs. So this reading is for the fixed signs. The fixed signs are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This can be for tropical or sidereal astrology, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or if you have a cluster of planets in a certain sign that may be fixed, a stellium, then it's for that as well. And so I have some cards that I chose, that I pulled, and we got some songs also that I kind of like shuffled for. And let's begin. Fixed signs. Fixed signs are, there was lots of wanting, lots of desiring, lots of like, I need, I want, related to like relationships, wanting devotion, wanting attention, wanting intimacy, wanting to be wanted, and just a lot of like wanting energy. And the general message of this reading is there's a lot of wanting for intimacy, desire, attention, and devotion, and there's a lot of needing heart healing. So it's like wanting to want, or to be wanted, or to be close with someone, or to just sort of almost like not filling a void, but wanting to just direct energy and attention into getting energy and attention and being devoted. Being devoted to, or being devoting yourself to another. But the need is someone shooting. The need is to really focus on like heart healing. Let's get into the reading. Okay. So we've got the first song. I picked 3 songs. I didn't pick them, but I shuffled for 3 songs that would be good on this message. And fixed signs. Fixed signs are signs that sort of they're fixed. They are very grounded and rooted in the season. So cardinal signs begin the season. Fixed signs kind of like root us into the season. So the middle of summer, or the middle of spring is Taurus, the middle of summer is Leo, the middle of fall is Scorpio, and the middle of winter is Aquarius. And that's when we really get in deep and we like ground ourselves into the sign, into the season, into the energy. Not a lot of liking to move or shift or change, not much comfort around there. And so that's how you see, like in this reading, there's like, it seems like the heart is shifting, the ways of loving and moving and being in relationships are shifting, and there's a desire to just like go back to what is like normal and common and familiar to the self, when there's a need to really like, in order to move into these new shifts, to allow your heart to heal and to kind of guide you. But we'll get into it. The first song is Heart On Blues by the People's Blues of Richmond. It starts off, people can't just see, you know, I wish I'd done her better, and I know she'd call me if her mother'd only let her. I wish that she discovered my heart the way I sent it. When I told her that I loved her, I genuinely meant it. She swears she'll never leave me, and she doesn't care about the past. She screams, hold on, sweetie, nice guys always finish last. So basically this girl is just like kind of toying with this dude. Sensual, you know, like seducing this dude. They're just having like this seduction moment, and it starts off with just like yeah, hard on, just like, you know, again, there's this need to wanting attention, intimacy, wanting like the chase of like the seduction and the, or the like depths of the like seduction and everything. There's probably going to be a bunch of sirens around here soon, so just if you hear that, hopefully you can hear me over it, and hopefully everything is okay out there. I was going to take a walk, but I'm not about to do that anymore. But yeah, so Heart on Blues. The next song was Friends by Sault. I don't know if it's Sault or Salt, but it's SAULT. I should put it in I'll probably put it in the description box. But this one is about, so that one was about like more sexual energy, seduction, sensual energy. This one's about friendship. It's like best friends try to tell you the truth always. People always look for someone else to blame. Best friends keep you smiling on rainy days. Why do fools always have something to say? Seems like they only see me on ugly days, even though it hurts, and I still feel the shame. Best friends trying to warn you about the game. No matter where you are, I'll be there when you need. I'll be there for you when you're there for me, friend. And yeah, so so yeah, we've got this sensual, sexual energy. Then we got this friendship energy of like a friend, always like a friend, like giving guidance or telling the truth, or just being a good friend, a real friend. And then I probably shouldn't have gone through the songs first, but Amen. The next song is Amen by Eathgang with Musiq Soulchild. And this song is just like, it starts off with, I need devotion, I need attention, someone to do things I cannot mention, someone to prove to me that you're different, someone who got it, and someone that gets it. Get down on your knees for me. Get down on your knees for me. Get down on your knees for me. If you really love me, if you really need me. Baby, say a prayer for me. Put one in the air for me. Show that you care. You'll always be there. So yeah, just this sort of like ride or die energy. Wanting someone, fixed signs might be in this energy of wanting someone to like, just wanting the devotion and attention of like, whether it's sexual or sensual, or someone that'll just be real for you, someone that will like get down on your knees for me, like on a very devotional and like religious aspect, you know, like, again, fixed signs don't like a lot of change, so I'm sure in relationships it's like they like that ride or die, like I'll be there for you no matter what. And yeah, it makes sense. That's the kind of like energy that I'm getting. The fixed signs just want that. Now let's get into the cards, because I didn't really look over the cards beforehand. I just picked them. But so we're starting off with the woman. We're starting, and then the bear, and then the scythe. So we've got the woman, which can be, it could just be whoever, it can either be whoever's watching this, or maybe someone that you're necessarily thinking about. It could be a woman that is like a sensual sexual conquest, a friend, or, you know, whoever you want this devotion from. It could be your own feminine energy. Take it however. The bear is power, leadership, dominance, strength of character, influence, and like wielding power. And the scythe is about accidents, hasty decisions, danger, warning, speed, and reckoning. And I think that this energy is giving, all of these cards are sort of giving the energy of like, from that Friends song, where it's like, best friends always try to, you know, warn you about the game. I think this is energy of like, you know, someone who, yeah, gives warning. It's about giving warning to like how much someone might have an influence over you, how much you might have an influence over someone, the power dynamics, the influence that is present in different relationships, those sort of ideas of like dominance, maybe like it's giving the energy of like moving too fast in a situation and needing to like understand why, or like moving into another situation without having done the heart healing, or maybe trying to use your power in a certain way in it, or maybe losing your power, or like giving your power over in a situation. So all those types of like dynamics, when you're really in need of something, and you feel like you're really in need of something or really in want of something, it influences your way of moving in your power. It influences how you might lessen your power or maneuver in the situation to try to like, it just affects how you're influenced or how you influence people, how you're wielding your power, and how you're allowing other people to wield their power over you. And the scythe is sort of like finding a warning in that, a danger in that. I think this is just kind of saying like, be careful of like how much you might want something, and figuring out where that want is coming from. Is the want coming from like because it's familiar, because it feels familiar, because it feels cozy, you know, like it's familiar. You could be so fixed in having done something a certain way that you're wanting so much to get into that. Because this People's Blues of Richmond wasn't even just about like sensual sexual. It was like, it starts off with, you know, I wish I'd done it better. So it seems like this sort of like back and forth, but like these people have done this before with each other. She swears she'll never leave me and she doesn't care about the past. But it feels like this, like, it's a situation that, you know, there's alcohol involved, it's kind of dangerous, it's kind of risky, there's different power influences, there's a history to it. So it's like being, it's sort of like giving this energy like, when you need something, when you feel like you need something, when you really want something to the point where you feel like you need it, maybe looking at why you feel that way. Where is that coming from? How have you been influenced to feel like you want it that way? How have you been influenced to feel like you need it that way? How are you influencing others because of your needs and wants, and wielding your power in the direction of your needs and wants? Because it's just a warning. It could be dangerous. It could be, there's just warnings. It could be hasty. It could be, when we really want and need something, we can be manipulative towards that goal sometimes. And it's just important to balance what you think you need and why, and understand that, and be very intentional in how you move when you really, really like need something or feel like you need something or want something. So it's very moving with intentions, knowing and being very aware of how those needs and wants could like influence your movement and your wielding of your power. The next cards we have are the Wheel of Fortune, which is 10, number 10, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the 10 of Coins, which is the 10 of Behavior. And then we have the Sun reversed, which is the number 19, balancing out to 10, which again is just giving big warning, 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 you know, like warning, warning, warning. Something's coming to an end too. 10 is the end. It's finale, like something's coming to an end. And how much are you trying to like hold on to, especially something coming to the end with the Wheel of Fortune. So one, with the Wheel of Fortune, this is this card speaks on Eshu, which is like, there's a new door about to be opened and there's one closing. And why are you still banging on that closed door? There's something that needs to change here. There's the Wheel of Fortune is this like, it's a major arcana. So it's like, these are larger forces acting on your life. The Wheel of Fortune doesn't ask if you want to change. And the more that you, you find yourself wherever you are on the wheel, and that's where you are. And it's not asking for your permission. And so, as you know, there's a change needed and a heart healing needed. And yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is just, to me, saying there's no way around this. You're really looking at why what are you really, really stuck on that you think you need and want, and why? Why? The 10 of Coins is about behavior. It's about like rooted in this reality, how you like, I guess, like move on the earth. The 10 of Coins is about like upright. It's about like the 10 of Coins upright. You should find yourself in like an abundance of like wealth and abundance and stability. But this reverse, it's like lack of stability, lack of resources. This lack, feeling like you lack. Yeah, I mean, like if you feel like you need something to the point where if you feel like you want something to the point where you need it, and you're willing to be in situations and not really question, like, and not really pay attention and like be mindful of the way you're moving with the wants that you have. It's all out of lack. You feel like you lack something. There's a feeling of like lack of something. I have a very specific thing that I'm thinking about with this reading. And so I'm getting like, you know, if you feel like you lack of devotion and attention and intimacy, I guarantee it's probably from yourself first, you know? There's nothing that we need and want from other people that to that degree that I'm feeling in this reading, that it's not first like because we're lacking whatever, lacking giving it to ourselves. Or there's a need, or just even looking at, even if that's not true, and if you are giving yourself devotion and attention and intimacy, it's just about like the Wheel of Fortune. It's about time, the timing. It's like it's coming. Don't go and make things happen and disrupt what is already being handled by greater forces just to get what you really want. Like 10-10-10 with the scythe. Like something's coming to an end, so just kind of ride the wave and not try to like make shit happen. The Sun reversed is sadness and depression. Again, like it could either mean putting too much light on something, like you're putting too much focus and attention on what you're lacking. Or it could be like being in a situation where maybe you want something and need something so bad and you're putting yourself in situations to get it, and it's like getting like burnt in the sun, you know, you're getting too much of it. Like, yeah. The heart healing card talks about how the heart has its own electrical field. And so when you walk into a room or wherever you are, the heart is an electrical field that is already pushing out what it's it's like it's putting out its field. It says in the card that it's like speaking, your heart is speaking volumes. Just when you walk into a room, it can change the atmosphere in the room. It can change people's thoughts. It can change people's feelings in their body. There's like wisdom in the heart. And so the heart healing is necessary, because if you're moving in this space of, I need this, I need this, I want this, I want this, the universe is just, the universe works in, when it hears like lack, it hears lack. You know, like if you say, I need attention, it's almost like if you're like, I need attention, I want attention, it's like saying, I lack attention. And that just becomes more true. You know what I mean? I've thought about it. I've been here like thinking about it, like the universe likes to fill voids. So you could get attention you don't want, you know, or like, I don't know if I'm explaining this right. But basically, the heart is putting out an electrical field, and if your heart is set on, you don't have this, and you don't have that, and you don't have that, the universe is just like, oh, okay, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't. That's why they say when you do like affirmations, say like affirming affirmations, like, I am great, not say like, I'm not horrible, you know, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's a shift happening in relationships, and it's good to just allow that to happen and not get in the way with like needs and wants, and just allow for, you know, it's almost like the universe knows what you want and need. So just focus on like your heart. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it talks about like when you're doing heart healing, that can be clearing out old issues. So maybe the want and the need is not necessarily to go pursue those things necessarily, but just to allow for that clearing of old, maybe you feel abandoned, or you feel rejected, or you feel like left out in the cold. And maybe it's something where you were like, I thought I had like dealt with this, but now you're just like, again, it's a 10-10-10. It's the ending of something. Something's being cut. There's like ending energy here. So it's just allowing those old issues to come up to remind yourself what you actually need and want and can give yourself. And then know that it says that there's wisdom in the heart, and so allowing your heart to guide you. And so yeah, this card, the card that I picked is that came out was Lily, and it's expand. This card asks you to reevaluate what you've lost or are losing to be safe. What you've pruned to be palatable, to be liked. What if the parts of yourself you were told to sand down, cut off, and silence are your best parts? What if the validation you've been promised isn't worth the compromises you've been making? If you've been aiming for a seat at the table, build your own fucking table. One where you can be heard, seen, and affirmed. One whose cups and plates are filling over with generational abundance owed. Don't lose too much of yourself out here trying to fit into a narrow space. This card is also about centering pleasure in your human experience unapologetically. Why are we encouraged to center generational traumas before generational gifts? Why do they want to see our pain before our pleasure? Prioritizing pleasure is revolution after generations of sacrifice and the policing of Black bodies, Black culture, and Black joy. Go on and live your best life. What act of pleasure will you indulge in today? So I guess it's like being careful of where you feel like you need to get this devotion and intimacy and attention from. Like just listening to your heart. If your heart is telling you, if your heart is telling you have that ride or die friend and you really appreciate that, then go towards that. If your heart is telling you like, there's this person and I just, you just like, you just want more from them, like you don't feel like you're getting what you need from them, then listen to that. Like just listening to your heart. And paying attention to where you feel lack and I think it's really just putting a lot of focus and attention on your heart space and following like your heart space. And that doesn't necessarily have to be getting everything from another person. It doesn't have to be, shutting off from everyone else, but just paying attention to, if the heart is an electrical field and you spend time with other people, what are their hearts communicating to you? If there's these two, like multiple electrical fields in a room, it's like looking into like, that bear energy, like where is the influence? How are people wielding the power of their heart in space, and can you feel that? And if you could feel that, following how that feels in your heart, how the wisdom of your heart is like speaking to you, I guess. So yeah, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, All that information is in the description box. You can hit up my email, my Instagram, or TikTok, and book me for a reading. Till next time.